They told you the past is gone. They lied. In 1972, a Vatican scientist released a photograph of Jesus Christ being crucified. He said he took it with a machine that sees through time. The church confiscated the device. The scientist died in silence. But before he did, he whispered 6 words to his closest friend.
Come for us.
I saw things no man should see. This is not a theory. This is not folklore. This is documented history. And tonight, you're going to learn why the most powerful institution on Earth wanted this machine erased from existence. The Chronovisor, the device that could end every lie ever told. Watch until the end, because the truth is more terrifying than you imagine. What if I told you that in the 1950s, a scientist claimed to have built a machine that could photograph the past? Not through time travel, not through imagination, but through actual physical projection of events that happened centuries ago. His name was Father Pellegrino Ernetti, and he called his invention the Chronovisor. This is not science fiction. This is a story documented in Vatican archives, investigated by physicists, and buried in secrecy for over half a century. Tonight, we uncover the mystery of the device that terrified the church, challenged the laws of physics, and then vanished without a trace. This is the story of the machine that could see yesterday. Father Pellegrino Maria Ernetti was not your typical priest. Born in Italy in 1925, he was a Benedictine monk, a respected exorcist, and a brilliant scientist specializing in quantum physics and ancient music. He taught at the prestigious Benedictine monastery on the island of San Giorgio Maggiore in Venice. By day, he studied Gregorian chants. By night, he explored the boundaries between science and the supernatural. In 1952, Ernetti began working with a team of 12 scientists on a classified project. Among them were allegedly Enrico Fermi, the father of the atomic bomb, and Wernher von Braun, the rocket scientist who put America on the moon. Their goal was ambitious beyond imagination, to capture and visualize electromagnetic radiation left behind by past events. They believed that every action, every word, every image in history leaves an energy signature in space, and if you could tune into that frequency, you could see the past as clearly as watching a film. According to Ernetti, the Chronovisor was built using a combination of cathode ray tubes, antennas made of mysterious alloys, and sensors designed to detect residual energy waves. The theory was based on a principle similar to how we receive radio signals. Just as a radio can pick up frequencies broadcast years ago if they're still traveling through space, the Chronovisor could theoretically intercept light and sound waves from the past that were still bouncing around the universe. The device had a screen like an old television and a series of dials that allowed the operator to select a specific time and place. Turn the dials to Rome, 33 AD, and you might witness the crucifixion of Christ. Set it to ancient Athens, and you could watch Socrates deliver his final speech. It sounds impossible, but Ernetti insisted it was real, and he claimed to have proof. In 1972, Father Ernetti gave an interview to an Italian magazine called La Domenica del Corriere. In that interview, he revealed that he had used the Chronovisor to witness the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. He described the scene in chilling detail: the crown of thorns, the agony on Christ's face, the exact words spoken in Aramaic. To prove his claim, he provided a photograph. The image showed a bearded man, face twisted in suffering, wearing a crown of thorns. The photo was published, and the world went into shock. Theologians debated its authenticity. Scientists demanded to see the machine. The Vatican remained silent. But then investigators made a disturbing discovery. The photograph was not from the past, it was from the present. Art historians recognized the face. It was identical to a wooden carving of Christ created by sculptor Lorenzo Culo Valera in 1933, displayed in a church in Umbria, Italy. Ernetti's evidence was a fake. Or was it? When confronted, Ernetti had an answer. He admitted the photo was not authentic, but he claimed it was a deliberate decoy. He said the real photographs were far too sacred, far too dangerous to release to the public. He argued that if the true images were revealed, it could destabilize religion, rewrite history, and give governments terrifying power. Imagine a device that could spy on anyone at any time in history. No secret would be safe, no lie could stand. Ernetti said the Vatican ordered him to destroy the machine and never speak of it again. He obeyed. Or so he said. But here's where it gets strange. Other scientists who allegedly worked on the project never denied its existence. Some remained silent. Others hinted that the technology was real, but suppressed. One colleague, Father Francois Braun, wrote a book defending Ernetti, claiming he had seen the device himself and that it worked exactly as described. Before his death in 1994, Ernetti reportedly told Braun, "I have seen things no man should see, and I took that secret to my grave." Let's talk science. Is it even theoretically possible to see the past? According to modern physics, the answer is complicated. Light travels at a finite speed. When you look at a star, you're seeing it as it was years ago because the light takes time to reach you. In that sense, we are always looking at the past. But to see events on Earth from centuries ago, you would need those light waves to still exist in a form we could capture. Most physicists say this is impossible. Light dissipates, it scatters. It doesn't just hover in space, waiting to be harvested. However, some quantum physicists have explored ideas like the Akashic field, a theoretical energy field that stores information about every event that has ever occurred. Others have studied retrocausality, the idea that effects can precede their causes under certain quantum conditions. While mainstream science dismisses the Chronovisor as pseudoscience, a small minority admits, we don't yet know everything about time, light, and energy. 50 years ago, the idea of seeing inside a human body without surgery seemed like magic. Today, we call it an MRI. Ernetti's Chronovisor is not the only alleged time-viewing device in history. In the 1960s, declassified CIA documents revealed Project Stargate, a program that investigated remote viewing, the ability to see distant locations or events using the mind. Participants claimed they could describe places they had never been, including locations in the past. The program ran for over 20 years before being officially shut down. Then there's the Montauk Project, an alleged secret government experiment in the 1980s that reportedly involved time travel and psychological manipulation. Dismissed as conspiracy theory, it nonetheless shares eerie similarities with Ernetti's claims. Today, scientists are working on technology that edges closer to this concept. Researchers have successfully used quantum entanglement to transmit information instantaneously across space. Others are studying gravitational lensing, which bends light around massive objects, theoretically allowing us to see light from the distant past. We're not there yet, but the gap between impossible and inevitable is shrinking. If the Chronovisor was real, why would it be hidden? The answer is simple: power. Imagine a device that could verify or debunk every religious text, prove or disprove every historical claim, expose every political lie, reveal every hidden crime. Such a device would be the most dangerous object ever created. Governments would kill for it, churches would fear it, and the people who built it would become targets. Ernetti himself reportedly said that after demonstrating the device to Vatican officials, He was warned never to use it again. Some researchers believe the machine was confiscated and locked away in the Vatican's secret archives, along with other forbidden knowledge. Others think it was dismantled, its parts scattered to prevent reconstruction, and some believe it never left the laboratory, that it still exists, hidden, waiting. After all, if you possessed a device that could see the past, would you tell the world? Or would you keep it secret, using it only in darkness where no one could see you watching? Father Ernetti spent his final years in silence. He refused most interviews. He stopped speaking about the Chronovisor. When pressed, he would only say that some knowledge is too heavy for humanity to carry. In 1994, just days before his death, he allegedly confessed to his close friend Father Braun. He said the photograph was indeed fake, but the machine was real. He said he had seen Christ, he had seen Napoleon, he had seen ancient Rome in all its glory and all its horror, and he said that what he saw changed him forever. He died on April 8, 1994, at the age of 69. His funeral was quiet, his secrets buried with him. Or were they? In 2002, a man named Father Francois Braun published a book titled The Vatican's New Mystery, in which he detailed conversations with Ernetti and other scientists involved in the project. He presented technical diagrams, witness testimonies, and philosophical arguments defending the device's existence. The book reignited interest, but it also reignited skepticism. To this day, no one has produced a working chronovisor, no one has replicated the experiment, and no one has found the original machine. So what do we believe? Was Father Ernetti a visionary scientist who unlocked the secrets of time, or was he a delusional priest who fabricated a fantasy? The truth, as always, lies somewhere in the mystery. What we know for certain is this: Ernetti was a real person. He was educated, respected, and had access to some of the greatest scientific minds of his era. The scientists he claimed to work with, Fermi and von Braun, were real. The physics he referenced, while speculative, are not entirely impossible. And the fear his device allegedly caused in the Vatican is consistent with historical patterns of suppressing dangerous knowledge. Maybe the chronovisor was never built. Maybe it was, and it failed. Or maybe, just maybe, it worked exactly as he said. And somewhere, in a locked vault beneath ancient stone, it still exists. Waiting, watching, recording. We are a species obsessed with the past. We build museums, we dig up bones, we write histories. But what if the past isn't gone? What if it's still here, hovering in frequencies we haven't learned to read? The chronovisor may be lost, but the question it raises will never disappear. What would you do if you could see yesterday? And more importantly, who is watching you right now from tomorrow?